started with the types of blushes that there are. For the most part, you can get either cream blushes or brushes that come in a pan, like something like this that look kind of like an eyeshadow, but they're a blush. There are many, many, many different colors. There are peachy ones and pink ones and like mauve ones and more red and more brown, and there's just so many. I really can't tell you what kind of blush is going to be best for you, because that's one of those things. It depends on your eye color, it depends on your hair, it depends on the look you're going for. It just depends on so much. So my suggestion is for you guys to go out to even a drugstore or any kind, if you want to just go to an Ulta or a Sephora, you can go and play with the blushes. Even if you don't buy anything, you can just kind of go and test everything out. I really recommend testing stuff out before you buy it. You guys have seen several times that I've showed you my Just a Pinch gel blush. This is from MAC. This came out in a special collection. I don't really recall which collection this came out with, but it's the consistency of like a lip gloss, and you can actually use this for a lip gloss too. But this is one of those kind of like unique products. I really like this because you can build up the color. I'm actually going to show you on one side how to do this kind of blush, and then I'm going to show you on the other side how to do a regular kind of blush. So for this, I just take my finger and swirl it in here. Now this is what it looks like. As you can see, it is extremely red. If I were to just take this and dab this on my cheeks, then, you know, I've got this weird looking red spot on my cheeks. However, if I take and go circular motions and blend this in, you can see this kind of gives like a really, really nice flush to your cheeks. Okay, I don't know if you can see that very well. The camera is kind of picking it up on a weird color, but just kind of wanted to show you that, just so in case you ever run across a product like this, you can use it. Don't be afraid of anything, because you can always blend it out. So for a powder blush and a cream blush, they're pretty much going to work the exact same way. You can use the exact same brushes that you use with cream as you can with powder blushes. I'm just going to use a powder blush today. There are three main types of brushes associated with blush application. There is this brush right here that I showed you in my vocabulary when talking about the word stippling. There's this kind of brush. There's also the angled blush brush. If you can see, mine's dirty because I did use it. This is the MAC 168. This is actually the short-handled one because I got it in a gift set with their holiday collection. The last type of brush that you can use is a fan brush, which looks like this, if you can see. This is if you want a super, super, super sheer, very, very light application. You just kind of take your brush and dip it in and then just kind of brush it along. And this actually gives a really good guideline of where to actually apply your blush. Now, the blush I'm going to be using today is going to be X Rocks. This is the one that came out in the special collection by MAC. Like I said, there are so many fantastic blushes out there. Maybelline makes really good mineral blushes, and there are several brands out there that make fantastic blushes. So you do not have to use what I'm using. This is just basically to show you the application so you understand what I'm doing. Today I'm going to use the angled blush brush. Because I think it's really easy for beginners, because a lot of people think that if you have a brush like this, you basically just apply the blush right here to the apples of your cheeks and then call it a day. It's not quite what you want to do. You do want to apply it to the apples of your cheeks, but you want to make sure you blend it in. Okay, so when you smile, you see how my cheeks kind of puff up right here? That's the apples of your cheeks. So the first thing you want to do is get the blush on your brush like this, tap it off, because like I said, you really don't want a heavy, you don't want like that 1980s hooker looking blush going on. That's not pretty. So what you do is you smile and you dab it on the apples of your cheeks until you get the color pigmentation that you want. So I've got the blush on my apples of my cheeks. Now I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to get a little bit more, tap off the excess, do the exact same thing, but this time I'm actually going to start working it backwards. And what I'm doing is using little flicking motions so I can ensure that the heaviest part of the color is right here and it just kind of fades backwards. You don't want like that line of blush going back. You want to make sure that it's well blended, and even after you apply, this looks really heavy on camera. If you need to, you can actually just take your fingers and blend it in. like so. The last step in foundation application is highlighting. There are, again, so many types of highlighting products out there. There are liquid ones and pencil ones and cream ones. My two that I use most often are this white right here from the Coastal Scents Camo Quad. And I also am absolutely in love with the Benefit Eye Bright. This is actually an eyebrow highlighter, but it is a light pink pencil. I don't know if you can see the color, but it's a light pink pencil that works perfect for any kind of highlighting anywhere on your face. So I'm actually going to show you I'm going to show you on two different sides, the different types of look that a highlighter can give. Again, I don't think that everyone necessarily needs to do the highlighting and the bronzer and the contouring and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this white right here. I'm going to take this on my finger. I don't take a lot. And dot this right here on the highest part of my cheekbone. It's like right underneath your eye. You can feel where the highest part of your cheekbone sets. It's going to be right above where you applied your blush. So as you can see, I got this really cool like tribal thing looking going on. And you want to stop here and you're all done. Just kidding. So what you want to do now is take your fingers. Again, I really like my fingers because it helps warm up the product and it helps it blend in better. So I want to take this and I just kind of want to blend this in. Like I said in my video, you want it to be very subtle. Maybe just you turn your head a certain way and you can see that your cheeks are glowing. That's kind of what you want. Same thing I'm going to show you on this side with this Benefit Eye Bright pencil. I'm just going to take it and dot a few little areas. I don't know if you can see this very well. Dot a few areas and just kind of do the exact same thing. You just want to blend this in with your finger. I like this because it's got a pink undertone, so it kind of helps look more natural instead of just the bright white. Also, if you want to, you can take this down the center of your nose and blend this in as well. So you have like a very light highlight going down the center of your nose. And there you have it. That completes all the steps that you need for your foundation application. If you don't wear foundation, then that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with wearing foundation. I personally love it when I don't wear foundation. I just like having the natural face and maybe just do a little bit with my eyes. So there's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel bad. If you do wear foundation, I really hope this video was helpful for you and that you can use some of these techniques. Like I said, they're not really advanced techniques. This is the absolute basics. But anyways, I really hope this was helpful and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.